Developing a survivor's attitude. Got attitude? Attitude is probably the single most valuable asset that you could possess. Somewhere between 427 and 347 BC, the wise Greek philosopher Plato coined the simplistic but profound phrase, "Necessity is the mother of invention." I always thought Benjamin Franklin said that. This has been proven to be true time and time again. When faced with a problem that must be solved and the solution depends solely upon you, and you possess a survivor's attitude, then you'll most probably find a way to solve that problem. In a survival situation, this may mean the difference between life and death. Did you know that scientists have discovered that the ground in Yellowstone Park is 74 centimeters higher than it was in 1923 when records began, meaning a massive swelling underneath the park? The magma reservoir is filling with magma at an alarming rate. If the volcano erupts, a 1,000-mile radius of hot lava could be shot across the northern part of the USA, which would wipe out everything within that radius. And this news came from January 16th, 2011. So how's your survivor's attitude? Here's a little self-test to help you assess your own attitude as compared with the qualities of a survivor's attitude. Answer each question honestly. No one else is going to know your answers, and it will give you a pretty good idea of where you stand. And consider these questions from now on in your life, and if you're weak in any area, make the changes necessary to build a survivor's attitude. Now be honest. You can always improve if you're a little weak. Now take out a sheet of paper and number 1 through 10. For each question, write the number of points you are granted for your honest response in accordance with the following scale. All questions receive the following points in accordance with this agree-disagree scale. I strongly agree, 10 points. I agree, 9 points. I slightly agree, 8 points. I slightly disagree, 7 points. I disagree, 6 points. And I strongly disagree, 5 points. Take a second or two and write these down so you can refer to them easily. And here are the questions. Question 1. At the grocery store checkout line, the clerk rings up one of your items for less than you know it is priced. You should stop the clerk and point out the discrepancy. 2. If a necessary task takes longer to accomplish than expected, you should continue working on it, even though it may inconvenience you or others. 3. If you see something that needs doing, you should do it, whether or not it is your responsibility. 4. While traveling on a deserted highway miles from nowhere, you see an old man hitchhiking. You should stop and offer him a ride. 5. If someone asks you for help, you should drop what you're doing and give it. 6. You are waiting in line at the checkout counter, and a mother with 3 small children gets in line behind you. You should offer her the opportunity of going ahead of you. Number 7. You are on a 3-day camping trip, and on the first night your air mattress develops an irreparable leak. You should call the trip and go home. 8. You are a talented, valuable person with many good qualities, and it is worthwhile to know you. 9. You should pay the price at the gas pump without complaint. And 10. You were invited to a party hosted by new neighbors from a foreign country with a much different culture than your own. You are offered food selections that you don't recognize. You should sample them without any hesitations. Attitude traits of a survivor. Each question of the quiz relates to the following 10 qualities in order. Question number 1 relates to positive stubbornness. Number 2, well-defined values. 3, self-direction. Number 4, belief in the basic goodness of mankind. Number 5, cooperative. Number 6, concern for others. 7, does not fear pain or discomfort. 8, high self-esteem. 9, adaptability. And 10, not comfort-oriented. The closer you got to 100 points indicates the strength of your survivor's attitude. In case you were wondering, so how did you do? It's like George has his opinion. I hope you did well. If there are some areas where you need to improve, well, start working on them. There are several outstanding books available on developing a positive attitude that can be very helpful. Self-esteem and self-confidence play a huge part in allowing a person to have a strong positive attitude. If you're having trouble in these areas, maybe you ought to get some therapy. But personally, I can't think of any better way to build self-confidence than learning to survive. Knowing that you can take care of yourself in a worst-case scenario and that you have the knowledge and skills to overcome and conquer tough situations, and knowing that you are a survivor will give you what you need. Stick with me. I can help you get there. So, now that you have a survivor's attitude, we hope, what are the enemies that can destroy it? Yikes. Join me in part 2 to find out.